we're gonna run prints and online. Like I'm in charge of the social media and like in the interview aspect of it. So like the Twitter is where I'm really at, but as far as the community, that to me that's the best source. So like
Oh yeah.
we have the online magazine launches next month, so it's a whole month from now. And then the print comes out a whole month from now.
Oh cool.
But that's why I feel like, as far as me being with the social media and doing interviews, I play a pivotal role because that's in between. It's fresh content daily, basically. While like building a reputation and everything, while before the magazine even launches.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. Getting the brand out there. You're right.
Like I'm like, okay, so like I'm a student at my ed. I'm 17, like youngest person in most of my classes, pretty sure. And we had a speaker come through. His name was Ragava KK. He was top 10 most interesting people 2010 on the CNN list. And, he's from India. He dropped out of school as a child, like not as a he was, I think he said third grade, dropped out, and literally he wrote the book that they use at Harvard on psychology. And I met him. Like I out of everybody that was there, I was one of the people that stood out. Um, like other students, they asked 3 questions. It was 3 questions total. I asked 3 questions by myself.
Oh cool.
He invited me to go to the art museum with him after, because we both coincidentally were leaving at the same time. He invited me to go to the art museum with him. Though I got to like, I think I like out of his visit to Milwaukee, which was probably I think 2 or 3 days. I was somebody that stood out. Like I spent more time with him than the teacher of my class did.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You get a better education that way.
Yeah, yeah, that exactly. I feel like I as an artist, I like people better if I actually know them compared to like the typical museum people. I feel like I know them. Like,
Right. Right. You got to get up close and personal.
hmm and then,
Cool.
well, to the interview, I don't know. I want to like I'm thinking about going at it about it as more as a conversation,
Okay.
like cause I just have like points that I want to hit, but like okay, I'm from Milwaukee, so I'm familiar with you. Like I grew up seeing you on the news and everything.
Right.
So,
If you're 17, it's pretty much on the market here and TV in this area for that whole time.
hmm and then it's a lot of people I know that aren't from Milwaukee, like being in college now. So,
Right.
like I was at the meeting for the magazine. I was like, oh my god, I get to interview Katrina Cravy. Then I explained to them who you are. Pulled up the Twitter. They saw like the blue check. Everybody was like, oh.
Yeah. They saw which one?
On the Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh,
So they saw the background stuff. Yeah.
yep.
Exactly. Yeah. I came to Milwaukee in 1994, and I
What?
actually started my career at Channel 4
Mm-hmm.
for 3 years, and then I left for a year and I went to Portland, Oregon, and
Huh.
then I came back and started here at Fox 6 in '98.
Ah. And then, okay, so at what point did you become a cheesehead? Just like,
Yeah, I think as soon as you walked in the door, I think I became an official cheesehead when I was covering the Packers going to the Super Bowl in New Orleans,
uh-huh.
and I got to go and interview Brett Favre's parents. And
Ah.
I don't think you could walk into the Favre house without putting on your official cheesehead. It was a pretty big deal.
How was Portland? How did that compare?
Portland was really nice too. It was a beautiful city, and I got to do a lot of fun things. I was the weekend morning anchor,
Mm-hmm.
and then 3 day a week reporter. And most of my reporting was from the helicopter, which was really fun.
Sightseeing.
Yeah, it was a major sightseeing. The pilot was really us down the Willamette River and through this big city, and it was really cool.
So then, like, how did the Fox 6 opportunity come about? Like, did they reach out to you when you were in Portland?
Well, actually, I came back to Milwaukee for a guy that I was
Mm-hmm.
dating, which I'm
Aww.
sure that you will find. I know you will find that that's somehow how your life starts weaving its way back.
Mm-hmm.
But I came back here. The guy wanted me to come back, so I sent a tape to Fox 6,
Mm-hmm.
and the Fox 6 called me, and I think I was hired and back here within like 3 months.
Ah.
And so, yes, I came back
Mm-hmm.
here for a time. It ended up not working out, but I met my husband here at Fox 6.
So it did work out.
Yeah, so it did work out exactly, Landon. That's funny. Yes, it did work out.
Then okay, so then I read like on your bio on Twitter you say proud mother. How do you think that your son will follow in your footsteps?
Lately, I do. He had a tweet the other night that he had got some letter in the mail that said he was going to get to be a contestant on the show that we watch on PBS.
Uh-huh.
And he was so excited. He woke up thinking it was like Christmas morning, and that we were going to go to Hollywood. And we went to go check out a little bit more about the show online, and it had stopped production. He was crushed. But I think he's 7, and I think he's just now understanding what I do, and he kind of wants to know, like, how does this happen? And my mother-in-law just told him, you got to go to college, and, your mom worked for it.
Yeah.
He's got to get that in his head. But yeah, I think he might have a little bit of TV in him.
That's how it was. Like, yeah, I realized that too. Like, even when I met the guy from India, like, I wrote him, like, on the spot, I wrote up a business card and put, like, my email, like, Facebook, all of that on it and gave it to him, my number. Everybody in the class was laughing. I was like, I'm serious. I was like, you need any interns? And then,
Right.
like,
Well,
that alone made me stand out. I was on Twitter. I was like, "Yeah, I'm glad I'm your intern." Then he said, "Ha ha ha." Thanks, man.
You never know. I mean, Landon, that's what you've got to do. You've got to put yourself out there. People that don't put themselves out there end up regretting it. What's the worst thing that can happen? It doesn't happen. But if you put enough feelers out there, it just may.
It's like the worst. Like, yeah, all you gotta do is ask. Like, that's what this guy that does interviews. His name is Nardwar. Like, if you look him up, he's interviewed everybody from the Prime Minister of Canada to Snoop Dogg. Like,
Oh, really? What's his name?
Nardwar.
Nardwar.
I'll tweet some of his videos later.
Okay, that'd be great. Yeah, that's what you got to do. I always tell my son there are no dumb questions.
Yeah,
Just
because
ask for what you want.
if you
Make him
ask,
negotiate with me all the time.
if you ask, it means like you're curious. You want to learn something. That's why you ask the question.
Right, and very few people will turn you down.
Then, like, as far as how is it being the host of StudioA?
Number one, it's fun. I love working with Ted, and it's just a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It's also good. I mean, the thing about StudioA is it runs the gamut. I mean, from politics to entertainment and back and forth. So you got to be up to speed on a lot of different topics. But that's kind of what we do in this business. So it's a really good showcase of what Milwaukee has, and just us getting to be back together again on the set again together is really fun. What do you think it would be like? Do you ever want to do television?
Yeah, I would love to. That'd be a good way to get my ideas out there. Like, I don't know. I wish as far as Milwaukee, I wish we took in art more because it's so much creativity in such a diverse city, but the city is so segregated that's the thing that holds us back.
It really is. You're right.
And me being at art school, I'm here with all these different races, and all I've seen is creativity. Like, I always crack a joke when I'm on the elevator, and it's like full. I'll be like, all this. I said, this is too much creativity on one elevator. Everybody always laughs. I say, elevator full of artists. But like,
Yeah, but that's good. Maybe we should do more with my ad. I wonder if there's anything like that you think needs to be highlighted on our show.
I
Do you
love
guys have a show coming up, or you've shot video? Or
um
you guys done interviews with people that you thought were interesting that came to your school, and you shot the interview?
I
It's
was
possible we would use it.
I still have to interview Ragava KK. That's the one from India. Like I sent him my email. I sent him my student mail. Though. I sent him my personal email, but I'm gonna send him that one again. But it's like that for that to be one of the top 10 most interesting people of like the entire world of and like I'm sitting there connecting with him. Before I left the art museum, I said, "Don't forget to try some tap water." The lady with my ad that I was with, she's like one of the top people there, I guess. She was like,
Uh huh.
"What do you mean?" I was like, "Milwaukee has some of the best tap water in the country. Like Lake Michigan is right there. Like other,
Right.
I said I spent the summer in Texas like 2 years ago, and their water, you get cold water out the sink, it's not clear. Like
Yes.
you take a
Oh no,
shower and
it
start
does
breaking
have
out.
great water.
And then it was funny because his response to that was, and I'll never forget it. He said, "Oh, funny you say that. I googled it. I had 4 glasses already." And I just was laughing all the way out of the museum. Like,
That's true. It's true. Milwaukee's going to be known for its water. That's why I thought the name of your magazine was kind of cool.
yeah, like that was I made that idea. That was funny. I proposed it.
It's a
I
good idea.
I proposed it. One of the girls from Australia. She was like, "Oh, I really like that." I was just saying it for fun, like, but
No, it's a good idea. And
tap.
I mean, like you said, if you Google it, how often right now the Milwaukee being talked about for its water.
Mm-hmm. And like that's a upcoming income source for Milwaukee, like, cause everybody needs water, and we got fresh water. Like that's the best.
Right. Yeah. No, it's good.
You
Super
go up
good. Well, that's part.
go up closer by Green Bay, they saying the same thing about Lake Superior. Like, come on.
Right.
It's colder.
Right. It's great water. In fact, I drink a pitcher a day.
Man, I don't even keep track. sometimes I just sometimes I just do it just to be like, what is Sprite?
Right. Right.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, if you have any other questions, I know I want to keep having the conversation too. We have a 1 o'clock meeting for our show.
All right. Let's see. What is the target demographic for Studio A? Like what age group and everything, gender or whatever do you guys want to cater to?
To tell you the truth, I don't know. It's funny because we know that they're probably predominantly women in the
Mm-hmm.
afternoon that are home and retired people. The age gamut can be anywhere, from 25 to 54.
I
And I think, so I guess I would say women 25 to 54. But obviously we're going for a man audience too. I think we want everybody. Can you put that down? We want everybody.
could I get an internship where I try to get some some younger people involved? Because I know a lot of college students that are like
Yeah, we need to get the college crowd watching. You're right. I'm telling you, you guys put your heads together and think of some things that we could highlight and make it good television, and we will get it on.
yeah, that's what's up. I can think of stuff off the now things that I think of are like where you look for something inside of Milwaukee. That's why when I do like I'll ask my followers on Twitter, I'll say, "Who's your favorite artist?" People respond and say whoever. Then tweet again, "Who's your favorite Milwaukee artist?" To
Mm-hmm.
me, like I think of myself as my favorite artist because like I don't try to like it's a confidence thing. It's where I see myself being, and that's how I want others to think of me. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, it's like I'll ask them, and then like I had people tell me you that I am, but I mean like I know I only been drawing for like a year, but I have like
Well, send me some of your stuff.
oh
You know, have JPEGs of it and stuff. Email it to
hmm
me.
I have all of it at the school I go up there. It's up in my locker, like all of my work from last year. It's like
That'd
a
be cool. Yeah.
and then we have the magazine line. The Tapwater magazine. I would think like get something with them where we kind of talk about it because it's community based, but like they could. I don't see like they're doing prints and everything in the online version, but to me, if it's community based and if it's run by the community, that's where the Twitter and social media plays role because you have them on there for free. They can get fresh feed and everything more
Right.
current.
You know what? Maybe when you guys get your group together, you start looking at when your online one comes out. We
Mhm.
can come do a story with you about launching this new magazine.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a
What we
great.
could do is bring a photojournalist and myself. We can come and talk to you about it.
Mhm. Then, do you have any like tips for like a young journalist out there?
I think you got to be willing to make some sacrifices. My first job was in Parkersburg, West Virginia, and I was from California.
Mhm.
So you got to be willing to and find the job, and you got to be willing to listen and learn. I think a lot of people nowadays think that they know everything that they're doing and they think they're right. And I think sometimes we have to humble ourselves and
Yeah,
listen.
because if you don't know what you're doing, then you're learning something by doing it.
Right.
I was in wood shop. I'm in wood shop making a PlayStation controller out of wood. It's like a puzzle.
That sounds fun. Yeah, that's the thing is my best piece of advice to a young journalist would be to humble yourself, listen, and do the best job you possibly can.
Did you have any like people that you looked up to coming up?
Yeah,
Um.
my high school journalism teacher,
hmm
he's awesome, and we're still close. So
Did
he was kind of the person who got me going in this business.
and then like what age were you when you realized that this is what you wanted to do?
I was 15, and my cousin and I were sitting on a beach in California, and we were talking about what we wanted to do with the rest of our lives. And I told her that I liked writing for the school paper, and I also liked being in the school play.
hmm
And I said, I don't know how I can make both of those happen. And she said, you're an idiot. You should just be a TV reporter. And then I went, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Then a light bulb turned on.
Yeah, the light bulb turned on, and I went to get an internship and started. So
Um,
yeah, I started at 15, which was rare.
yeah.
But I paid for my own college, so I wanted to make sure it was what I wanted to do.
hmm
Because, yeah, my parents ended up getting a divorce my senior year in high school. So I had to put myself really through college.
Yeah, I can relate. My parents divorced when I was like 4, but I'm only 17 and it's like hard to get like the like money for college. I know I got my financial aid. I was talking to my friend. I was like, "Did your financial aid cover your college?" He went to MATC. He was like, "Yeah." I go to my ad, which is kind of up there, and he was like, "Did yours should have too?" I was like, "Nope."
Right? It takes a lot. Hold on just a second. Yeah, so yeah, it is. It's lucky that if you do have some financial aid, and hopefully it'll take you through.
hmm That's why I want to be Milwaukee's favorite artist.
Yeah.
Cause that
Well,
way
don't be too much of a struggling artist. You're going to need to eat. But
I
hey, listen, I better wrap this up. Is there anything else that you wanted to ask me? And then also, too, now that you have my email, when you guys get closer to launching that magazine, definitely hit me with an email and see what we
hmm
can do for you.
Okay, one last question. If you could
Okay.
write, if you could write a book about anything, what would you title it, and what would it be about?
I could write a book about anything. I would write a book for small businesses,
Mhm.
and I would tell them how to push for publicity on television and how to do it right.
Mhm. And what would a couple of those steps be?
A couple of steps would be number one, doing what you're doing, which is actually just making the phone call,
Mhm.
getting it out there. Let's see. You got to have a personality. You got to come at me with some energy, and you got to have a good product.
I think I got a couple of those down.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you got my email address now, so you can get to
Yeah.
it.
I'll send you some art.
All right. That sounds great, Landon. Thanks for the call.
You're welcome. Thank you for the
All right.
interview. Thank you for the conversation.
No problem. No problem. You take care.
You too.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye. Yeah. Wrap that interview up. Yeah, I feel like that was a great interview. It's early in the morning. It's 12:52. Got the word out. She made the checklist. I think I had 4 out of 4. Passed A+. Great interview. Time to get a couple more this week. During break, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back focused. Yep. At OGLandonK. I'm gonna probably try to edit this video, pop it up there. In my hair. Hell no.